If you performed your personal hygiene routine this morning, there's a very high chance it involved a highly specific set of tools. You squeezed a minty, chemical paste onto a plastic brush, scrubbed your teeth for 2 minutes, scraped your tongue, ran a piece of waxed thread between your joints, and swished an antibacterial liquid around your mouth. We spend a massive amount of time, energy, and money trying to keep our teeth from rotting out of our skulls. We assume that without this relentless modern care, our mouths would be a catastrophic wasteland of decay and pain. But if you visit a museum and look at a skull of an Ice Age hunter-gatherer from 20,000 years ago, you will see something highly unsettling. They had beautifully straight, healthy white teeth. They had 0 cavities, no wisdom teeth impaction, and they never wore braces. How did ancient humans maintain perfect smiles without ever brushing their teeth? The first, most important secret to the caveman smile was not a tool. It was their diet. To understand this, we have to look at how a cavity actually happens. Tooth decay is not caused by the teeth failing. It is caused by a specific strain of bacteria in your mouth, primarily Streptococcus mutans, that feeds on simple carbohydrates and refined sugars. When you eat bread, pasta, soda, or candy, you are throwing a massive, high-energy party for these bacteria. As they feast, they produce acid as a byproduct, and that acid slowly dissolves your tooth enamel, creating a cavity. But for 99% of human history, refined sugar and processed starches did not exist. Our ancestors ate a lean, fibrous diet of wild meats, bone marrow, nuts, seeds, leaves, and seasonal wild berries. These foods contained virtually 0 simple sugars. Without sugar to feed on, the cavity-causing bacteria in their mouths were kept at a permanent, starving baseline. Furthermore, because raw wild plants are incredibly tough and fibrous, chewing them acted like a natural, physical toothbrush. Every bite of a tough tuber or a handful of fibrous seeds mechanically scraped plaque off their teeth. Their food was their dental floss. But this doesn't mean ancient humans completely ignored oral hygiene. They did clean their teeth using clever botanical workarounds. Across almost every ancient culture, humans used chew sticks. They would take a twig from a specific tree, like wild olive, neem, or miswak, fray one end by chewing on it until it resembled a brush, and use it to scrub their teeth. These plants weren't selected randomly. They contained natural, highly potent antibacterial chemicals, essential oils, and silica that acted as a combined toothbrush and medicinal toothpaste. Our ancestors also used simple wood splinters, bone shards, and bird quills as toothpicks. When archaeologists examined Neanderthal skeletons, they found deep, consistent grooves worn into the spaces between their molars, the literal physical evidence of prehistoric flossing. So, when did the dental disaster actually begin? It began when we stopped hunting and started farming. During the Neolithic Revolution around 10,000 years ago, humans transitioned to agriculture. Our diets collapsed into starch-heavy cereal crops like wheat, barley, and corn. These starches break down into simple sugars right in your mouth, flooding the oral ecosystem with easy energy. Almost overnight, the bacteria in our mouths exploded in population. Archaeologists can trace the exact moment a population adopted farming simply by looking at their teeth. Rices and wheats caused cavity rates to skyrocket, leaving early farmers with rotted, painful mouths. But agriculture didn't just bring cavities, it also broke our jaws. Our ancestors had perfectly straight teeth without braces because of how much they chewed. Chewing tough, raw, fibrous foods during childhood exerts massive physical forces on the jawbones, stimulating them to grow wide and robust. This wide jaw easily accommodated all 32 adult teeth, including wisdom teeth, with room to spare. But when we switched to soft, cooked agricultural foods, our children stopped chewing hard. Without that physical stimulation, our jaws shrunk over generations. Today, we have the exact same number of teeth, but we are trying to stuff them into a much smaller, underdeveloped jaw. This is why our teeth grow in crowded and crooked, and why our wisdom teeth get painfully impacted. We built a modern world of soft, sweet, convenient foods, and we had to build an entire medical industry of dentists, braces, and chemical toothpaste just to survive our own diets. Your teeth are not poorly designed. They are simply trapped in a world they were never engineered to navigate. The next time you brush your teeth, remember that you aren't just cleaning your mouth. You are paying the biological tax for the modern luxury of soft, sweet food and participating in a battle that our ancestors won simply by choosing what to chew.